16 past, the FBI now turning over dozens of documents from that infamous meeting on the tarmac between Loretta Lynch and the former President Bill Clinton. That paperwork now part of the public record after the DOJ had kept it private. Jordan Sekulow, attorney for the American Center for Law and Justice. So, sir, good morning to you. Take us back to, the summer of 2016. What do the papers show you, do you believe, Jordan?
Well, originally, Bill, the FBI had told us that they had no information. The DOJ, when we took the DOJ to court, finally did give us documents about this tarmac meeting. The FBI said they had nothing. Then there were FBI people in the emails that the DOJ gave us. So the FBI quickly came back before we even had to say anything and said, we'll reopen your FOIA request, expedite it, and get you the documents. Now the documents have come in, and what have we learned? The FBI was mainly focused, when they knew about this tarmac meeting, on keeping it quiet. They did not want people to know about the meeting, and they were trying to shut down an informant, someone who was talking to the press, who was part of a security detail company, and they wanted to get to that individual, get them to sign a non-disclosure agreement. You know what's interesting here, Bill? They didn't actually care or show any concern about the actual meeting itself. So when Jim Comey said, oh, that was what really drove me to take the action I did to not only announce what the FBI's findings were, but also say no prosecution because of that meeting, I had to take Loretta Lynch out of it. No FBI officials, Bill, had any concern about the meeting. They just didn't want people to know about it.
Understood. And more to come on this. I think the quote was, we need to find that guy. I don't know if it was a reporter or somebody working at the airport. Listen, more to come on that. There is also more breaking news out of Washington right now, and I'm going to read it for you. Go ahead and explain what this could possibly mean. General Michael Flynn has a scheduled hearing today in Washington. This would be U.S. District Judge Rudolph Contreras, D.C. Federal Courthouse, Washington, D.C. What could this possibly mean in light of everything we've been trying to figure out so far with regard to General Flynn and his exit from the White House staff?
Sure. Well, if the rumors are correct that there's a plea deal, Bill, this could be to formalize that. Again, that these were to say these were the charges that could be brought against him. He has made a plea, so he's pled, whether he's pled guilty or no contest, and to kind of settle that matter and to settle his son's matter. I suspect it could.
I don't mean to interrupt you here, but let me just. I've got a bit more information right now. Apparently, it's the charge is about making false statements here, so that could be about what he is going to address at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That would be charge of lying.
Yeah, and I think that could still work with the plea deal itself. It depends on who's taking him to court, whether this is the special counsel or another matter. But if it is the special counsel, it should be under that jurisdiction. Then those false statements, it could be that he's being charged with them. That would then could lead to, if it's correct, and we don't know if he actually does have a plea deal or not, but if it's correct, that could be the catalyst that gets the actual plea deal.
Okay, we've been reporting now for a week that the lawyers for Flynn broke off contact with lawyers at the White House about 2 weeks ago, so prior to Thanksgiving. And we were led to believe that, there's a mutual sharing between attorneys while the case is proceeding. But the break-off of communications would indicate possibly what then, Jordan?
It could mean that he's got the deal, that he no longer needs to be working with the attorneys for the White House on this matter, and that it may also only relate to these activities like whether it's lying under oath, giving false testimony, business dealings, kind of similar to what Paul Manafort was being charged with, those kind of actions that were totally unrelated to the campaign. I mean, I still believe that so far out of the special counsel, we haven't seen anyone charged with campaign violations. So, and I think that's the serious part of this.
Okay. Jordan, thank you so much on the fly there for adjusting there. Sure, it is breaking news here out of Washington, D.C., where General Michael Flynn's been charged with making a false statement. So more coming up on that as the morning progresses in Washington, D.C., and we'll follow it and bring you what we know when we know it. Right, Sandra?
Right. A lot happening at this